All right, welcome back to the Brown Balls podcast episode. I forgot already, but Kniell
54,
is back.
54, 54.
54.
Yeah.
Kniell is back from his epic European trip,
Hell yeah.
and we have a special guest again. We have Kniell back online to go over
Yeah.
some of
Hey,
the
what's
and
up,
catch
guys?
us up on everything that's happening in sports. We have a lot to get to today, but first and foremost, Kniell, how was Europe?
Amazing, man. Amazing. Europe, man. We went to 4 countries and 10 cities. My highlight is Paris and Venice. Gosh, love it, man. But overall, trip was amazing, man. Enjoyed it. Enjoyed it, man. Thank you for the Rex. Before I went, I kind of picked your brain in Paris. Where should I go? Where should I not go? Kind of thing. Same thing for Rome. Loved it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it,
Hell
bro.
yeah, dude. Hell yeah. It's a good time. It's a good time. You see a lot of Asian people there? A lot of Asian people all
Bro.
over Europe.
Especially in London. Ooh, gosh. A lot of Indian people, bro. Oh my gosh. But the food, man, food is amazing, especially in London, Paris,
Yeah.
Rome, Venice, man. So much different types of pizza, pasta. Pasta is just A1, man. You can't get that anywhere else. Beautiful, beautiful. A lot of espressos, man, or however they say it, man. But it's beautiful, man. So how you guys
All right,
doing?
guys. So let's
do it.
get into some football. We are already in week 4. It just
Mhm.
seemed like the season just started. We're already in week 4. It's crazy. Let's go into first
Yep.
and to the Monday Night Football games. We had the Jets against Dolphins, which nobody really cared about until that very bad injury to Tyreek Hill happened. If you guys saw the injury,
Horrible.
maybe got out for at least a year, if not more. Maybe like a what do you call it? A career-ending injury almost. What are you guys' thoughts on it? So, this is huge because, we had the whole fuss with him not wanting to be in Miami. He kind of said, okay, fine, I'll play. Now this. What do you guys think?
Man, to be honest with you, it's so sad. I like Cheetah, He's like he's funny, he goofs around, energetic, what team needs, But I'm so sad, man. This guy has been nothing but class act on and off the field, man. I'm gonna miss watching him because he's really electrifying, man. Especially for down, like he's so short, but he just runs and catches that ball from like back then from Mahomes. And now from, Tua, man, I'm going to miss it, man. But that injury, man, I mean, look, Dolphins weren't going anywhere. Dolphins are a mediocre team. Like, they're 800 or a little below or above. But they weren't going to go anywhere. I mean, Tua never stays healthy. I mean, they have really good offensive players like Weddle and Hill, and they got Waller, this year. So, but I mean, it was a downfall year, but I feel bad for Cheetah, man. I mean, what's your take, Neil? What you think about that?
Devastating for that team, right? Already, you're kind of like start the season super slow. Yeah, you have the players, your surrounding cast that's pretty strong. Just got a lot weaker. With the running game being extremely solid. As Sean is a Shane, sorry. And then some of these other guys. What happens now, right? Is this team going to be a top 5 pick next year? Are they going to drop off that much? Pretty possible at this point. I mean, they're not playing in a division that seems that weak.
Yeah, the biggest thing with Miami Dolphins, I mean, they started off 0-3, now they're 1-3.
Yeah.
But over the next 4 games, 3 of the 4 games they were favored to win, which is against the Panthers. They'll probably lose to the Chargers, Browns, and Falcons. So they could have made a comeback and made it interesting.
Yeah.
But now with Hill out, I mean, again, they're probably bottom of the pile. And yeah, I feel bad for the guy because at the same time, I know he's probably frustrated that he went out this way, and he probably would have preferred to be in somewhere else where maybe because Tua can also throw some really bad balls that gets the receiver in trouble. And I think Tom Brady has criticized him on that too in one of the games that you commented on. There's throws you make and there's throws that you kind of protect your receiver, and he doesn't do that at Tom. I think he goes for the home run ball. So tough to watch, but Dolphins get the win. So the Jets are 0-4, Dolphins are 1-3. Which of these two teams are you most surprised that they're so low in their division?
Jets, man.
I know, Kniell, you were high on the Jets going
Yeah,
into the season.
I'm so surprised with Jets, man. I mean, with Justin Fields, I mean, he was a high draft pick. Really didn't get a fair chance in Chicago because they got Caleb Williams, and then he got traded to Steelers. Played under Tomlin. He played well. Didn't play great, but he shared reps with Russell Wilson. And then finally, he got a second chance, just like many other players, that I thought Jets is a perfect opportunity with a new head coach coming in from Minnesota. defensive coordinator who was from Minnesota last year became a head coach. It's a fresh start, bringing his guy in. I mean, I really thought Justin Fields still had potential, like that wasn't, shown yet, and I don't know. I'm really disappointed with Jets, man. 0-4. And yesterday I was actually, because I was gone, middle of the week, so I'm middle of the games. Like I missed week 2 and 3, and I watched week 4, obviously. Yesterday was my first time watching Fields, and Fields played with the Jets, and he looked scared. He couldn't make any throws. I mean, yeah, he kind of became comfortable second half. By then, the game was out of reach. It was not competitive anymore. So I'm very disappointed in Jets. They're 0-4. But I mean, with Miami, I already knew who Miami was going to be. Up and down, up and down. They'll catch up. They'll be 500 again. That's not my issue, But Jets, disappointment.
Yeah. What about you, Neil? What do you think?
I mean, this is still, pretty much the same Jets team that, was with Aaron Rodgers last year, right? Do you think that feels?
I thought he was 100%. He was, man. With Garrett Wilson there. I mean, he can't even throw to Garrett Wilson, man, and he's a really good receiver too. I mean,
Neither could Aaron Rodgers.
He has Brees Hall.
Yeah.
He has other weapons.
Yeah.
The defense is very good. Guess what? I mean, this is not, it wasn't going to change overnight just with the change in QB, and not this QB, right?
Yeah, not this.
But now 0-4. I mean,
it's now been, how many QBs have been in, I say this, as a Giants fan, and there's obviously a lot of teams out there that keep replacing QBs, every 2 years, every year, draft a bunch of them. Hey, look, Sam Darnold looked pretty great last year.
Looking good this year too.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't look bad this year either, right? What's up with whatever is going on there, right? It might not be just maybe the head coach can change the culture too a little bit. Maybe there's something that has to be done.
Jets and the Browns are the two teams that I think of where quarterbacks go to die. They essentially can have good careers. Once they leave them, like Baker Mayfield left the Browns, he got better. And same thing with Sam Darnold and all of them. Like we've seen it all across the world. So yeah, I think both are surprising. I think for me, the most surprising part of the Jets, I honestly thought they'll be a little bit okay. Not 0-4, maybe 2-2, but. And they lost pretty close games. They lost a pretty close game to the Patriots and lost a close game against the Steelers. So they were kind of right there. Another game that was Monday Night Football, which is the Bengals and Broncos. This was tough to watch. I actually turned it off halfway through because you just knew that the Bengals had no shot. With Joe Burrow out, they just are not the right team. With Jake Browning, I don't know what the kid's doing out there. What are your thoughts on it? I mean, so first of all, we haven't talked about the Joe Burrow injury. What are your thoughts on that? I feel
bad,
what do you guys think?
I'm a huge fan of Burrow, and this guy keeps on getting hurt. This guy, honestly, man, who put it the best? This year's generation of Andrew Luck keeps on getting hurt, man. He's never gonna get to his full potential, man. This guy is promising. That year or two that he made to Super Bowl, and he made those throws with Jamar Chase and everything, man. He just never stayed. He can never stay healthy after that, man. If he can stay healthy and have a decent defense and decent O-line, he can do wonders, man. But with Cincinnati, I don't know what they're doing by putting Jake Browning in there when there's other backups available and go get them. Because look,
my boy,
I know, and Burrow is not out for the year. People think that this guy had a career-ending injury. He's only out for 3 months. He's coming back in November, early part of December. He'll be back. And if they can just thread waters and just be 500 or so around there, then when Burrow comes back, maybe we can push him to the wild card. So I don't know what Cincy's doing. I'm sorry they haven't made any type of trade. I mean, forget Cousins. I mean, they're gonna play ass for a lot, But there's Russell Wilson. I know he hasn't played well, but there's Russell Wilson, And then I mean, look, he's better than Brownie. I mean,
no.
Okay, fine.
Also,
Jameis Winston, he's there.
Jameis Winston, yeah, I'll take it.
And then also Rams backup, man. I mean, get him. Garoppolo, dude. I mean, there's people out there, and then the guy, who was last year's Raiders QB and he's not there anymore, but like he's good too, man. There's people out there, man. Just go get him. Why are you putting this guy in, dude? Trade to go to Cleveland and ask for Shador Sanders.
That's not gonna happen.
No, dude. If you
Shador is their secret ticket. They put Gabriel out there. He sucked. Joe Flacco sucks. They're waiting for Shador midseason. They'll put him out there. What are your thoughts, man?
Obviously, there's a lot of QBs hurt right now, right? So I'm sure the asking price for some of those other guys is going to be astronomical. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of third string QBs in this league that are still serviceable, right? I mean, you have today what I saw something crazy. Not today, but last week something crazy with like Wentz is playing, Marcus Mariota's playing, like Russell Wilson's still
Marcus
playing.
Mariota.
There's a lot of backups right now that are playing right now in this league. And I'm sure that's not gonna end next week, right? There's someone else to get hurt too, right? But those backups have been playing well, right? Both those teams have won, which is outstanding. And if it keeps continue on, it's gonna be hard for any team to get any serviceable backup, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna be back in like 2.5 months, dude. Come on, do something, man. Cincinnati's a good team. They have good players, man.
They also play a tough division.
I mean, that's fine. Don't win the division. Go to wild card, but still. Happens I lost you. Can't hear you.
I think the division is kind of open right now, Cincinnati's, because they're 2-2.
Oh, the Ravens too.
And the Ravens are 1-3. The Browns are, what are they, 1-3?
Yeah.
And the Steelers of all people are actually 3-1. So like, it's still wide open, right? And this is my issue with Cincinnati, and I think me and Kniell talked about this when we were talking about the preview of the NFL season. Bengals should be good, but they just make dumb mistakes.
Yep.
Like they signed T. Higgins when they shouldn't have. They should have invested in defense and the O-line. The O-line is the reason why he always gets injured. Like you said, Kniell, he is like Andrew Luck, and the reason why Andrew Luck had to retire was because they never gave him an O-line. He said it even until now. They're like, if I had a decent O-line around me that can protect me and not just get sacked a million times a game. He's the most sacked quarterback, Joe Burrow is, in the last like 3 or 4 years. So like something was bound to happen to the guy, and he's a tough kid. So obviously he'll stand up and get right back on it. But this was inevitable with Joe Burrow. And this is all Bengals' fault because they never give him a proper team. He is a generational talent, but they just waste it away because they just want to give him weapons instead of actually protecting him.
I agree. Completely agree.
All right, let's get into some Sunday night football game.
Yes.
Biggest one for me, surprise of the weekend, honestly, was the Giants beating the Chargers.
Smile, Neil. Come on, bro. You got your first victory.
I was watching this game, and I was like, you know what? The Giants will choke somehow. Jackson Dart looked good and bad at times, and the Chargers were an old Charger where they just can never put a game away. When they had the chance, they just could never, execute. Giants, huge win.
Huge.
What are your thoughts? I'll go to you first. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, Jackson Dart kept it cool under pressure. Obviously, defense came up big. That's obviously a big reason. You had a lot of pressure coming from, the rookie Abdul Carter. Kayvon Thibodeau has been playing crazy. Brian Birds is always great. So up front, that's pretty scary up there. You have also Dexter Lawrence up there. They all played amazing. Secondary played amazing. But from the offense, I mean, Scattaboo, he seems like an animal. Rips, I think he ran like 25 times, something like that. So, they I think they have it looked very conservative to me. Not a lot of like deep throws, but it worked out. Sadly, another injury, right?
Yeah,
just
Neighbors.
like you have Hill, you have Neighbors. That's 2 big receivers lost this weekend, which is nuts. But let's see. I know that we're not going to win the division. We're not going to win anything. At least some positive momentum is great. This is a pretty sad team to watch over the last 10 years. So,
hey,
something good and something great. It's good, right?
I agree.
Honestly,
what do you think, man?
Dude, this was such a great victory by Giants. I call them Little Giants from the movie Little Giants. But man, honestly, They beat the Chargers. Do you know the spread was so big on that game, man? Do you know
It was.
it's
I
the
forgot what
biggest
it was.
upset so far?
Yeah.
And like, what is Chargers doing? Why are they playing around? These games are the reasons they're not gonna miss the division by a game or miss the wild card by a game. They'll call this game's gonna haunt them. I'm telling you right now. This game they should have won, especially Malik Neighbors going out with the injury. I think it was in the beginning of the second quarter or end of first. I think he got out.
Yeah.
And so no Malik Neighbors. And the thing I liked about it the most is that Jackson Dart, a young QB, a rookie QB, didn't get phased by his star running receiver going out. He actually, kept his composure. He played well. He, he went out for a bit because of concussion protocol, but that's fine. He came back in. I mean, he was good up and down, but he still kept his composure as a young QB. But I think the steal in this draft is not going to be Abdul Carter. Everybody knew who this guy was. He's a crazy ass defensive player. It's going to be actually the running back, man. They actually got this guy who can run, and he actually played well, man. And so Giants, they look promising, and look, they can build going forward, right? This year they might not do anything, but next year they can maybe reach to the wild card game. Having Neighbors back, hopefully. And the good thing about Neighbors getting injured early and not late in the season is that he'll be back on time, for next year. So they got a young nucleus with Jackson Dart, Malik Neighbors, and a good young running back, and then they have a good defense at the same time with Abdul Carter and them boys, man. So I was surprised that Giants actually pulled this game from Chargers because I didn't think Chargers was going to lose this game, right? And they did. So, it's a good victory, man. I was surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, I watched the game, and yeah, like Jackson Dart, like I like his cockiness. He's very like showboaty, which is good because I think it hypes up the team, and you can tell the team's vibe were very different when he was there. And Russell Wilson was trying his best to put on like, oh, like I'm a team player now, where he was like upset because his job is gone. He's done in the Giants, that's for sure.
It was his only first time being benched, right? He got benched.
Yeah.
Got benched in Denver. I think last year at some point he was also, here and there a lot with Tomlin. So he's used to it at this point, right?
He's over, man. His career is done, to be honest. Jackson Dart reminded me more of Phillip Rivers, the way he was like talking smack and just being very energetic. It was good, He brought that energy that you're talking about. That's what Giants needs, and like hopefully, they found their QB for the future. Let's see how it goes. So let's see.
Yeah. If Neighbors didn't go out, I would have said they could have made a run a little bit. I mean, they have a tough schedule. They have the second toughest schedule. Or no, they have the toughest schedule
in the beginning.
Yeah, and Jackson Dart's going to go through the tough parts pretty soon. I mean, next week is about the Saints.
But that's great, though.
Like,
that's where you're going to learn everything.
Eagles and all that.
It's going to be great, though, I'm saying. Going through that tough
Honestly,
schedule.
if they beat the Chargers, like, yeah. They beat the Chargers, so they have the confidence that they can beat a Super Bowl potential team because the Chargers were ranked that high. They were a Super Bowl potential team, so they can even go to the Eagles and be like, "Yo, if they had the same defense that carried over, Jackson Dart and Scadaboo played their running game like how they played. Both of them were hard to stop for the Chargers. They could make it interesting, very interesting. That was a surprising game. I was watching, I'm like, holy boy, this is not happening." Let's see. Next up, we have.
Hold on. They do remind me of Commanders of last year, though, with Jackson Dart at the helm. Commanders of last year. No one knew about Daniels.
Let's not put him in Jaden Daniels after one game.
I'm just saying, man, coming out of nowhere, man.
Let's wait. But yes, a good first impression, that's for sure. All right, let's go to Kniell's second favorite team, the Cowboys. Tying it up against the Packers. Honestly, they were 1 second away from winning this game. I don't know what Jordan Love was thinking. He's not very his football IQ is not very high at times because he's got the talent, but his IQ is not there. But the Cowboys made it interesting. I thought it would be a blowout. Honestly, I thought it'd be like 20 points at least. The Packers, because the Packers are coming off a loss against the Browns. So I'm like, okay, they're pissed. They're gonna just go off. Mike is gonna have like 3 sacks, but Cowboys came out to play. 40-40, our first tie of the year. What are your guys' thoughts? Because the Packers are supposed to have a really good defense, and the Cowboys just were going like it was so easy for them to just score whenever they wanted to. It was kind of insane to see. What are your thoughts? I'll let you go because it's your second favorite team.
Bro, I was so happy. If you look at that first quarter, dude, Cowboys as a team only had combined, I think, like 15 yards.
It was rough.
It was horrible to see, and everything was clicking for Green Bay. Everything was clicking, and like you said, I thought this was going to be a blowout because the way Jordan Love was playing in the beginning, and like Cowboys was they were like shell shocked or something. But that extra point block it was, or a field goal block that they went for a 2 point they got, and then
for a 2 point,
exactly, and then Prescott waking up in the second quarter and just going ham, dude. I mean, honestly, I'm shocked that it was a tie. This was a game of the year, to be honest. To me, I've been saying this is a game of the year. Non-stop back and forth. Besides that first quarter, every play after that was non-stop back and forth. And it was great to watch. I mean, it sucks that it ended in a tie because nobody won. But at the same time, I mean, tie doesn't hurt you, so why not? So I mean, I was impressed with how Cowboys kept their composure and not lose and not get beat down, at their own stadium. And Micah's coming, and it's homecoming game. So I'm glad. And like you said, man, I have no idea what Jordan Love was doing. He had 18 seconds left, and he took his sweet time to throw that ball. I mean, I thought the clock was going to expire. I thought the clock expired, to be honest with you. I don't know how they kept 1 second. I mean, dude, what the hell was he doing? But we always talked about Jordan Love, right?
Expired. It should have expired.
We talked about Jordan Love. He's not that type of QB, man. So I'm not surprised. Again, defense is not going to show up every night. And so it showed that, Packers defense is not, I mean, it's good, but not great, right? So, but yeah, what do you think, Brian Neal?
Yeah, I mean, definitely a fun, close game, right? This is Dallas' second overtime game of the season. Both crazy close. They beat the Giants with a field goal to end, tied this game. I think it's going to be a great time for anyone who has Dak Prescott fantasy football, right? It seems like their defense can be scored upon by a lot. They obviously are missing Minka. I know Minka didn't do as much yesterday as people wish he did, right? Especially against his former team, but they're definitely missing him because you can see there's definitely gaps in that defense now, right? Big gaps that can be exploited. Now, the Packers, losing this game, losing last week's game against the Browns. I mean, what are they looking like? Looking like right now, right? They don't look great. They don't look great at all. They look like, they were supposed to be a contending team last couple of years. Getting Minka Fitzpatrick, it's like, oh my God, you have one of the best defensive players in this league. And what are they showing, right? Showing against, a loss against the Browns and this close game against, this Dallas team that, who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe later in the season, you say this Dallas team's great. Right now, it looks like a team that has has a bunch of defensive flaws and they have good offense. When Lamb gets back, maybe that's the catalyst, right? Lamb being hurt the last couple of games has been hard.
Yeah, but George Pickens looked really good.
Crazy.
Looked really amazing. Good. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know what to make of this Cowboys team. I thought they would suck. And honestly, I thought they would be like last place in division.
Gosh.
So I guess they're pretty tied. They're tied close with the Giants. I still think the Giants are a little bit better team because they have a better defense. But the Packers are probably the biggest surprise because people had them winning their NFC, their division, and potentially going to the Super Bowl. And everyone had counted out the Lions and all that kind of stuff. But the Packers look like a very inexperienced team at times. It's like Matt LaFleur making some bad calls. Jordan Love is Jordan Love. I mean, and then the defense can be exploited, like you said. With Micah being there, they still couldn't get any pressure on Dak. So, I mean, they technically had a sack, but it wasn't really a sack, I think, if you watch the actual thing. But
it wasn't.
The Packers are very, very much, they have a long way to go. They're not quite the powerhouse that people had made them to be. And we'll see about the Cowboys. I still don't know what to think of them. I mean, they look good. Like Dak looked unstoppable. And then at the same time, it's just like, it's also Dak. You just don't know what you're going to get with him. Let's see, another game. We'll go into Philly now. Philly 4-0. They won 31-25 against the Buccaneers. Jalen Hurts did the reverse again. So he started off very, very strong in the first half. a lot of throwing yards, 120 something. And then in the second half, 0 passing yards. Just completely. I mean, Tampa Bay made it interesting towards the end. I think if Baker didn't throw that interception, they probably would have won the game, honestly. Philly, 4-0. A win is a win, and I will always tell the Philly fans, a win is a win, and it's what Jalen Hurts wants. He'll do whatever he needs to do to win. What are your thoughts on this? What was more surprising, the fact that the Bucs lost that game where Baker has been very clutch, or Philly having a win, a gutsy win again, without a passing offense, really?
Honestly, man, special team won that game for them in the first quarter.
Yeah,
I saw that
kicks.
game. They had a block. I think it was field goal or a punt or something again. They got a block and they took it back for a touchdown or something. But like, I think they kind of set the pace, right? You know what's crazy is that Jalen Hurts is confused. He doesn't know if he wants to keep on running the ball with Saquon or does he want to throw the ball. He doesn't. I kind of blame him more on the head coach. You know, I don't know. I don't know what kind of game plan they're coming in with, because how you gonna have AJ Brown with no, like, barely catches, man, like 1 or 2 catches, that's it, man. And then the week before he saved you, basically. If it wasn't for him, you would have lost that game, right? And obviously AJ Brown had that, tweet or whatever,
cryptic,
about, but like, I mean, I get his frustration. It's like, dude, throw me the goddamn ball, like throw some. I mean, there's no attempts to throw the ball towards him, right? Mm-hmm. And they had this play for their tight end Goddard, right? They could have done the same thing for AJ Brown or Devontae Smith, but they chose him. They chose him twice to score a touchdown like that. So it was like there needs to be some attempts towards like the receivers, right? So I don't know what Jalen Hurts is doing, but they are getting, like you said, wins to win. They are undefeated, but I do think Bucs lost this game in the first quarter, and they're playing from the behind right away because they just couldn't do anything after that. So
what do you think?
So obviously, it's a team that's very deep offensively, right? Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, Barkley, Goddard. So the ball is not going to go everywhere all the time, right? You have those games where like Devonta Smith is, out there for like 2 or 3 touchdowns himself, targeted well because of matchups. I think AJ Brown volume is overreacting a little bit, but I love drama with the Eagles because it's funny.
Yeah.
And it gives everyone, on all those sports, networks and stuff, a lot to talk about. This is AJ Brown, it's the Eagles. Drama in paradise is always fun, right?
They love it, especially when it's Super Bowl champs. They love that stuff.
Yeah, of course. And with a city like Philadelphia, everyone loves to hate on Philadelphia. Philadelphia loves that fact. So I think some of the drama, even team drama, gets out there very quickly just to like kind of fuel tensions. They thrive on it here.
Yeah, I think with the Eagles winning it, their wins are masking a lot of the issues. Like God forbid they lose a couple of games, things will fall apart in that organization. Like it's the same thing last year. They won. Like I think Nick Wright, which again I don't like Nick Wright from First Things First. I think he's a very Chiefs diehard and he's very biased. But he did make a good comparison that the Eagles this year are the Chiefs of last year, where like they were getting wins barely, right? Like Mahomes didn't look good. They barely snuck through. Maybe a call here and there goes back and forth. The Eagles are barely winning. I think this winning is hiding a lot of things, but when they lose, that's where I think the biggest drama will probably step in. So we'll see how that goes. But nonetheless, 4-0, you can't complain. The champs are the champs. You still got to get the benefit of the doubt. They'll pull it out at the end. Let's see. Next game. What's another good game that we should discuss?
Rams and Colts, undefeated Colts.
Rams and Colts, yeah, with Danny Dimes. I mean, kid looks rejuvenated. What are your thoughts, guys?
Come on, Neil, tell me about your lottery pick.
Danny Dimes, man.
Let's talk about Danny Dimes, right? I think a lot of things, even the Giants right now, they're, played a lot this year without their starting offensive, left tackle, Andrew Thomas, did not keep a great O-line ever, right, for Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes has always been a good player, by the way, right? You can't excuse the fact that he's had remarkable years. Obviously, he gets hurt a lot. He was playing multiple years with like a bad neck.
Mm-hmm.
And now over here, the first couple weeks looked amazing. I would say, obviously, when your receiver's literally dropping the ball, like running in, when the same guy has, a foul later on that negates another touchdown from Taylor, it gets tough, right? when your offensive player is doing every single, dropping every ball, doing some crazy things, Danny Dimes still played amazing. The Rams got a little lucky, guys. Come on. This was a lot of luck at the end there with drop balls,
Yeah.
two touchdowns basically negated from like one clumsy mistake of just
Yeah.
like doing something fun and a foul that didn't really even need to be there. Like crazy, man. Right? And that was a close game too, so I mean,
Yeah. I hate to say,
wins the
Kniell,
win.
that
It's
was a
great for the
lucky.
Rams.
Yeah.
Stafford looked great, right? That which is nice. He doesn't look like he's playing for his age, right? He looks a lot better than he does. And everybody else looks great, right? McConkey, Kyren, Puka. It looks great. Everything out there, man.
Go ahead, Kniell. You can gloat.
I'll tell you my honest opinion on my Rams, man. No one's stopping us. We're
Oh, God,
we're
here we
literally
go.
the best team. Even after losing,
Best team in football or in your division?
no, best team in the National League, NFC. Overall is Buffalo.
Ooh.
Buffalo is the overall best team in the National Football, hands down. After Buffalo, then it's the Rams.
But you guys just lost to the Eagles.
Yeah, and that was stupidest shit ever. And why we lost? Because we missed 2 damn field goals. What the hell is that? But again, besides the
Because you
point.
stopped defending in the second half. Like Sean McVay forgot that Jalen Hurts can throw a football.
Well, Jalen Hurts makes you feel like he can't throw football anymore, you know? So if you watch him play. And so,
Crazy.
look, I mean, honestly, Neil is correct. We got lucky. I watched that game. Poor Neil
That
had
little weird
Daniel
flick
Jones
thing
for he had Daniel Jones as his fantasy QB, and he had like a 70-yard touchdown where a bonehead receiver drops it out or loses the ball right before the end zone and touchback for the Rams. And the second thing happened again. He threw it
With
to
him.
Taylor, and Taylor ran like a 60-yarder. Same receiver does a holding penalty.
Yeah, Mitchell.
Twice. That's 14 points. Did not count towards them, man. And yes, if those 2 plays would have stood, we would have lost that game. I mean, Colts played a really, really good game, and they played good enough where they could have shocked us, But man, what's up with Daniel Jones or what's his name is, QB dude? Is he rejuvenated or what? Like, what did Giants do that he couldn't do this in New York? Like, imagine, man. I mean, dude, it's crazy.
O-line. That's the biggest thing.
I don't know, man.
Yeah. Well,
This is the biggest thing. This is why Lamar is getting killed because the O-line sucks right now. This is why Burrow got injured. Like, it's all O-line. You give anybody a good like another one, Sam Darnold, a good O-line with Minnesota. Minnesota looks good with any quarterback. They look good with freaking Carson Wentz, who is a complete knuckle job whenever he plays. But he looks good, and a good O-line will do that. I mean, Giants didn't have it last year. Hopefully this year it's better. It's much more improved. But yeah, the Colts have a good O-line. They protect the quarterback.
Yep.
Crazy, man.
And they don't expect Danny Dimes to go out there and throw four touchdowns. Just like, dude, just play it safe, throw the right ball. I mean, he was in the MVP discussion for God's sake. After 3 weeks, he was in MVP discussion. I've never imagined Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean,
comeback player of the year.
I mean,
crazy.
What I heard is that he only had the Colts as a team only had 1 punt in first 3 weeks.
First 3 weeks.
That's insane.
First
man.
ever.
That's
First time
insane.
ever.
So that deserves the MVP discussion right there, So
Yep.
But
God, all right, last game we'll go into is the Ravens against the Chiefs. The Chiefs are finally back at 500 to 2-2, blowing out the Ravens. I honestly thought the Ravens were going to have this game.
Well, yeah, dude.
But the Chiefs look way too good. Xavier Worthy coming back. The offense looks completely different with that kid. You can tell Mahomes feel way more comfortable throwing the ball to him versus anybody else in that team, even Kelsey included. And Ravens, that O-line, Lamar went out, I think, in the third quarter, I believe.
Yeah, third quarter.
So Lamar went out, and after that was pretty much game over. I'll get your take on it. But first, the Ravens, 1-3 start. This is a surprise. You guys kind of expected it. What do you think?
That's horrible, man. I mean, yeah, I get it. They lost to good teams, but man, come on. These are the teams you got to be in the playoffs. You got to get ready for them now. I mean, you just can't, especially get blown out by KC. Like, come on, man. This was like game of the week. I was excited for this game, to be honest with you. And like Derrick Henry, all of a sudden is a turnover machine too now. Like, what's going on? It's like, god dang, man. But now Lamar's gonna be out for a few weeks. They're saying, with a hamstring injury. Oh shit, man. Good luck to them. I mean, they gotta win games. I mean, I'm shocked they're 1-3. I don't know what's gonna happen, but they're down right now, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. What do you think, man?
Yeah. I mean, not having Lamar is the biggest thing, right? Either best player, best players in the league, he's not there. What are you gonna do? Uh Derrick Henry really has to get it together. Now it's all the weight's on his shoulders for a little bit now, right? Almost all the weight.
Mm-hmm. For
So,
sure.
let's see. I mean, their defense also lost, a big piece. Yeah, I think news came out today or yesterday. So, what's going to happen, at this point, what they're 2 games back on the Steelers, who don't look like they're going to, even if they go around 500, they're still going to run away with the division, right? They have to be worried about what they're going to do. Maybe they're another team that has to take a big step and go get a backup QB that will win them games, right?
Yeah.
Because if they give up for 2 weeks, then what's going to happen? I mean, you're going to be 1-5. Like, you can't crawl in that hole, right?
I mean, best case scenario is that the next game they have is against the Texans, which I think they probably should be able to beat them. Then they have the Rams, which they'll probably lose. Then they have a bye. So they have 3 weeks to get Lamar back, at least after the bye. Because after that, they have the Bears, Dolphins, and Vikings, and Browns and Jets, which I think they could probably go 5-0. So they're still okay. But we talked about earlier with the Bengals and with the Ravens. Which of these two teams you guys think should be more desperate to get a quarterback as a backup? Like one of them has Browning and the other one has Cooper Rush. Neither one of them looked really good. Who do you think is more desperate to like fix the season, or who would you expect to want to fix the season ASAP?
Ravens ASAP.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They have
yeah,
a Super Bowl.
they're in that window.
They have Super Bowl goals, man. I mean,
Yeah.
even though since he's not really like one and done kind of thing. There's still, all right, fine, next year we'll do it again, But dude, I mean, how many times are you gonna rerun it with Lamar and Henry and like all them? You can't. So they need to go get someone like soon.
Yeah. I mean, you have Mark Andrews is getting older. The pieces around that team. I mean, and you also have only 2 weeks until you get your star back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with Burrow coming back maybe late season. What are you gonna really like? Are you sure he's gonna be 100%? Not really.
Yeah,
Probably, maybe.
80% at best, probably.
But obviously, it sucks for them having basically a bye year with all their offensive talent there, right?
Yeah,
Another year of their two very highly paid receiver duo of basically not gonna go, not going anywhere with that, right?
yeah.
Investment's not paying off, and that's got hurt.
And they have a lot of injuries, not just with Lamar. Matabuke is out for the season now. They had a bunch of their defensive players, Van Noy, they're all out. So
But I don't.
it's just tough.
I don't see them winning a game until Lamar comes back. Houston is gonna be
They
tough.
can beat the Texans.
I know. Where is it in Baltimore? Or is it in Houston?
This is in Baltimore.
I don't know, man. I mean, Houston is also needs to
They're
win
tough.
too, so they're a tough team. And the Rams, obviously, they're the future champions of 26. So I mean, you can't really
Yeah, 3-1. All right, let's get into some week 5. Here we go with the delusion already starting. It's my week 5. All right, I guess probably the game of the week. Thursday Night Football, probably going to be game of the week because I'm looking at the roster. This is probably the best game. Rams against the Panthers. This is going to be at SoFi.
Yep.
Rams are favored by 6.5 points. The division game. Both teams are 3-1. I know, Kniell, what are you going to pick already? Let's go to Kniell first because I know what Kniell's going to say. Kniell, you go ahead.
Well, definitely a fun game. I mean, let's see. It's I think the Niners looking healthy, looking good, not missing too much of their star receiver Debo Samuel's leaving. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's looks strong. Obviously, Kniell's come out here with like a 40-minute rant about how the Rams did win everything.
Okay, dude. This game is not even gonna be close. They don't have Kittles. They don't have Bosa. They don't have Ayuk. I mean, shit. Brock Purdy's
They haven't had them, and they're 3-1.
They had Bosa for 2 games, so don't give me that shit.
Okay.
They had Kittles for 2 games. Don't give me that shit. So they have no one right now. The Rams, this line, it better be over. They better freaking beat them by a touchdown easily. This game better not be close. But knowing the Niners, they're gonna fill the stadium up with all the Niners fans. They're gonna buy all their tickets coming down from up
It's
north.
a home game for them.
I would not be surprised if this game is close and it's going to be like another Colts game, very close game. Comes down to the fourth quarter where Stafford needs to make a play, for them to win. So, look, we always play. It's always hard to play against the Niners because especially there is no home court for us or home field. So I do feel that this game's going to be close and hopefully Rams do win. But I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if this game is under 6. Has to be more, man, to be honest, So Rams gonna win that game for sure, man.
Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a challenge. I mean, the Rams looked really good last week. They looked really, really good. Puka's on all cylinders. Matt Stafford looks good, but they're saying Big Dick Brock Purdy is going to be back.
Nope.
Give me the Niners.
Come on, dude. Are you serious?
Give me the Niners. 6.5.
You're just a hater. You're just a hater. How are you gonna pick a Niners team that's depleted? They don't have their best receiver in Ayuk. They don't have their best defender in Bosa, pass rusher. They don't even have their best tight end, which is George Kittles. Are you kidding me?
So I would love to hear your explanation when they do lose. I want to hear why they lost then. When the Rams lose, and I saw you, they didn't have all these things you said, and they still lost. Then you will tell me why they're still the best
I will.
team in football.
Next week I will tell you why we lost if that happened. You know what, man? I'll tell you that right now.
It should be fun. All right, then Sunday we have the Vikings against the Browns in England. So this is technically the Vikings home game. They're 2-2. Browns are 1-3. Vikings are favored by 3.5 points. Who you guys got?
Browns. Give me Browns over easily. Browns will win this game.
Really?
Dude, Browns defense is good, man. I don't know if you saw the pressure they're giving all the QBs out there when they're playing them. And dude, Myles Garrett, right? That's his name, right? The pass rusher from Cleveland. Dude, he's playing with this contract he had. The new contract he got. He's playing like a young guy again, like motivation. Like he's trying to get a new contract or something. Dude, Browns defense is excellent, dude. And to be honest with you, Carson Wentz last week, they played in Germany, in Dublin, I think, and he looked scared. It wasn't until fourth quarter.
What are you talking about? He threw for over 300 yards.
But I'm just letting you know. I saw that game. I was watching that game, right? And he didn't look comfortable in the third quarter or second quarter.
It's his first game in a long
Carson Wentz, man. I mean, come on, dude. So give me Browns.
Right. Okay, Browns. Okay, Neil, who you got?
Yeah, man. It's going to be a fun, riveting game with Carson Wentz going against Joe Flacco. What year is this?
What a good representation of the NFL.
Kniell, you guys, on the West Coast. I wouldn't even wake up for this game. Sleep in. Have fun. What are we talking about right now?
Yeah.
I guess put money on the Browns. I don't know. It's a weird matchup where you have just an atrocious Browns team versus, a Vikings team that, while offensively strong, I mean, they're obviously missing, their second-year rookie, or whatever you call him, J.J. McCarthy.
J.J. McCarthy, yeah.
Right? But Wentz looks like he's playing. I mean, he's playing okay.
Yeah, he looked good. I mean, dude, I don't know when Kniell says they have good defense, the Browns do. Lamar put 41 on them. And last week, Lions put 34 on them. I don't know where.
No, I mean
this is the Rams. Like
I think what
the Rams are the best.
Surprised me.
We're all hyperbole here, right? So we're always gonna be hyperbolic here. Okay, yeah. I got it. Give me Carson Wentz here, man. Come on, what are we doing? Why are we picking the Browns already? Don't we want Shedeur to play? We want Shedeur to play. So we should be wanting the Browns to lose.
Oh, I agree.
Fine goes out there.
I just don't believe in Carson Wentz.
I don't trust Joe Flacco to go to England.
I believe
in his old ass legs.
Man,
he's probably gonna have cramps.
All it comes down to is, do you believe in Joe Flacco or Carson? I believe in Joe.
No, I believe in Carson Wentz.
No.
Just this Joe Flacco? You kidding me?
Come on,
if it was the Baltimore Ravens, Joe Flacco.
This is the same Joe Flacco that took that team to the playoffs 2 years ago, right? It wasn't the Browns. It was somebody else. But I forgot who he took. But
it was the Browns.
It was the Browns, right? He took him to the playoffs, dude. Cleveland Browns to the
That was
playoffs.
2 years ago. He's already like he's aged a lot more in the last 2 years. Yeah, because last year he was with the what do you call
Colts.
them? The Colts, right?
I think the Colts.
And then now he's back with the Browns. Okay, so yeah, I got the Vikings, and you guys got the Browns. All right, Raiders against Colts again. Another game that no one's gonna be watching. Colts are favored by 6.5 as well. This is gonna be in Indianapolis. I got the Colts here. Raiders just look like a hot mess.
Oh yeah, 100% Raiders. I mean, sorry, 100% Colts. Dude, no Colts easily, man, easily.
Neil, you got
Yeah.
Colts or Raiders? Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say no one's a watch, right? I think that, having like JT on the Raiders, I mean, he's just a fun guy to watch.
Mhm.
He does some crazy things all day. The Colts, see the legacy of, Indiana Jones. Let's see what goes on. Maybe if those two teams can, kind of, duke it out, it could be high scoring. It'd be fun to watch. They definitely have some star talent in both teams. Right.
Yeah.
I think eventually Gino gets it together. Eventually, he looked really good last year. I don't know what happened this year, but he's not a bad QB, right? They'll make it work.
Yeah, it's probably the system thing because I think Darnold is looking really, really good with the same team as the Seahawks. Yeah, it's probably just the Raiders not really having it. And like you said, Genti is picking up. I think they changed the way he's rushing now, so he's more comfortable with the way he's going now. So hopefully that continues. But yeah, I think the Colts will probably win this one, just because Daniel Jones is MVP right now. All right. Next up, we got the Giants against the Saints. This is an easy one. I don't know why the Saints are favored by 1.5. That makes no sense to me. This should be an easy win for Giants.
Oh yeah, 100%. Especially after that momentum win over the Chargers, we're supposed to be like a Super Bowl team coming out of the AFC. I think Giants, with Jackson Dart, second game, more comfortable. I mean,
Yeah,
I think they'll be good.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be fun, seeing, the Saints play. I mean, their QB situation is even worse than Giants at times, have
The
been the
rookie
last
looks
couple
bad.
years. Yeah, yeah. Slow and Rattler. I mean, that's a fun QB competition to have right now. But yeah, I mean, I really hope the Giants don't lose because that would be very sad to me. I
Yeah, the
don't
Saints are pretty bad.
see it, but yeah.
All right. Next up, we got the Cowboys and the Jets. Cowboys are favored by 2.5 points. It's going to be in MetLife Stadium in New York. Give me Cowboys here. I think, again, the Jets are kind of a mess right now. Give me Cowboys.
The Cowboys should win this game, bro. I mean, don't give Jets their first win, please. I can't. Annoying Cowboys don't give Jets their first win, dude. To be honest with you, I hope not.
Hope not.
Hope not.
It'd be funny.
It'd be crazy. Neil, who you got? You got Cowboys? You got Jets in this one?
Yeah, it has to be the Cowboys. I would love it to see the Jets win this game. It'd be great. It'd be entertaining. But I mean, the Cowboys look solid. Pickens looks solid. Everybody looks solid. I don't think that this Jets team really has it in them to pull off a miracle win.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we got Philly against the Broncos. It's gonna be in Philly. The Eagles are favored by 3.5 points. Honestly, for this one, surprising. I always say I'm not gonna pick against them, but I will this time. Give me the Broncos.
I don't. Broncos game doesn't really travel. They're a very good home team, so they're a good team, man. Broncos are a really good team. They're young. Give me Philly in this game. I just think Philly's gonna pull it out because at home. If this game was in Denver, that would pick Denver for sure, man. But give me Philly. They're gonna be 5-0.
Yeah, potentially.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, I think the Broncos looked great last week. Maybe there's some skew in your opinion after they just beat up like a very injured Bengals team.
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty badly too.
Yeah.
Maybe that's skewing the your opinion of them as a great team after seeing that. But they're not gonna be the Eagles.
It's more by Sean Payton. I think that he just has a way of like confusing quarterbacks. His game planning is always really, really good. So I feel like he has something stirred up for Philly. I don't know. This is a feeling I get. I mean, Bo Nix is going to be Bo Nix.
It's called Bounty Hunt, bro. That's what he has.
Yeah, Bounty Gate. Yeah.
How many receptions and how many touchdowns for AJ Brown?
bro.
Oh guys, I mean, he had 2 for 7 yards last week, dude. I want him to get 1 for 1 yard and bring out his little book and be like, "Here, this is what we're doing."
I'll be laughing my ass off if that was the case, dude. I think he's gonna go off. He'll have at least like 5 catches for like 60 yards, man.
You think
Yeah, I think
so?
he'll get a touchdown in there too. Come on. He's not going to make all these comments. And it's not, if it is like, he gets only 1 or 2 targets next week, I mean, everyone's be looking around like, what is going on? He's going to be targeted enough for him to, and he can pull off these, catches, and he's a good player,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. No, I mean, he's
He'll
a
be
he's a
definitely
damn good
targeted,
player.
right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing because Jalen Hurts hasn't been looking at him. That's been the biggest issue. It's not even like the fact that he's not getting balls. It's just like he's not getting looked at during the scrimmage. So, that'd be interesting to see if he gets less than one catch. Oh my god, I can already imagine. It'd be so much fun. And they lose. Holy crap! All right, Dolphins and Panthers again. What are we doing here? Miami's favored by 1.5 points. This is going to be in North Carolina. I don't know.
Give me Dolphins.
Toss up. Give me Dolphins.
Darren Waller, bro. He's gonna go off.
He's going to go off.
Yeah. I have more faith in Tua than freaking their QB, man. Panthers.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
You got Dolphins too?
Yeah, good Dolphins.
Yeah.
They're going to pull off some wins here and there,
Exactly.
even if they're not absolute hill, and they'll probably pull this one
Exactly.
off, right?
Yeah. All right, then we got the Ravens and the Texans in Baltimore. We kind of talked about this already. Ravens are favored by, no, sorry, Texans are favored by 1.5 points. I don't know. CJ Stroud has been really bad this year. Give me the Ravens.
Give me Houston. I told you. The Ravens are not winning this game, man. CJ's gonna play well. They'll win this game.
He's been playing really bad.
We got Neil.
Yeah. He's been, a shell of himself, what he was, his rookie year or the year after. He looks great.
I agree.
Yeah.
This year, I mean, they've scored over, 10 once. They haven't scored over 20. They have the pieces, offensively. And they're supposed to have the pieces offensively. It hasn't been working out. And, there has to be some, like, real production here, right? Does it happen this game? Maybe. Maybe the Ravens offense can't stay on the field that long, without Lamar, and maybe it'll show, right?
Yeah, that defense is the
score.
worst in the NFL too, so that's not helping. Oh, I don't know. I have faith in Ravens pulling this out somehow. I mean, I give Harbaugh some chance. Maybe he'll make Cooper rush into something. We'll see. Next up, another game no one's gonna watch is Cardinals and Titans. It's gonna be in Glendale. Cardinals are favored by 7.5 points. Probably the second biggest spread this week. Yeah, give me the Cards. Titans. I mean, Cam Ward looks nothing like he's supposed to.
Yep. Give me
Jackson
Cardinals
looks
too,
way
man.
better.
Even the Cardinals looked bad too last year.
Yeah, they did.
Give me Cardinals, man.
Yeah, I mean, this is another game of disappointing QB
Yeah.
play. Just destined. Kyler Murray doesn't, excite anybody anymore. I don't think Cam Ward right now. I mean, it looks like, who knows? Maybe by the end of the season, he'll look like the number 1 overall pick, right?
It's been rough for him.
Hopefully.
I mean, again, they shouldn't throw him out there. I kind of follow what Tom Brady always says. Like, you got to have the rookie quarterbacks at least have a year of like shadowing somebody before you throw them out there fully.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, Bucks and Seahawks. This is gonna be a good game. Seahawks are favored by 3.5 points. This is gonna be in Seattle. Bucks are coming off that loss against Philly. Seahawks are coming off a win. Give me the Bucks here. I think Baker's gonna have a good bounce back game.
I agree with you. Completely agree with you. Baker will have a good game, and Baker and Tampa will beat them. I agree.
Of course, you want that. Who you got, Neil?
Yeah, I think this is all the Bucks. I mean, they look solid, looked good last week. Couldn't pull it off, but they've been a great team, and Baker's been killing it.
All right, then we got the Lions and Bengals. This is the biggest spread of the week. 10.5 points in favor of the Lions. It's going to be in Cincinnati. This is not going to be pretty. The Lions are going to probably put 50 on them. Holy moly,
this game is
going to
be
bad.
Nasty.
Tough to watch.
Nasty.
Yeah.
I don't know who the hell is going to watch it, to be honest with you.
I want to watch this just to see how many points Lions can put up, honestly.
Gosh, whoever has Goff on their fantasy team, man, they're lucky. Or Jabbar Gibbs and and then St. Brown and all them, man. So
Yeah.
God dang.
I think this is one of these games that like every single one of them will have like 1 or 2 touchdowns each.
Yeah.
Right. Those games you see Gibbs like 3 touchdowns, Montgomery 3 touchdowns, St. Brown 2 touchdowns. It's gonna be like that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a crazy game, dude. Goff's gonna have at least 500 yards. All right. Then we got 2 struggling teams, Commanders and the Chargers. Chargers are favored by 2.5 points in SoFi. Give me the Chargers here, though. I
Same
think
here.
the Chargers will bounce.
I can't see them when lose back to back, man. That'll be bad,
Yeah.
bad if they lose back to back.
Especially at home.
Yep, exactly. Give me Chargers in this one too.
I mean, I think it all boils down, obviously, to is Jay Downs gonna be back? Is he gonna be healthy? Right now, it says he's like day to day again. Is Scary Terry gonna play? It also says he's day to day. If both of them play, probably, I like, Jaden Daniels. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he can pull
Mhm.
off wins.
Yeah,
If he's not playing, then it's
I think both of them should be
You
back.
think the Chargers, but the Chargers also had a big upset last week, right?
I think both of them will be back.
Yeah, even with both of them, I think the Chargers are not going to lose this game. All right, then we have the Bills and Pats for Sunday Night Football. It's going to be in Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 7.5 points. Give me the Bills. This could get ugly pretty quick too, because the Patriots have not been very good defensively. They're kind of up and down.
Yeah, man. This game's gonna be close actually. I don't know why,
think
but
so?
Pats play them pretty. It's like Niners and the Rams. Pats play them pretty well, man. The Bills. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. The Bills played someone that was very close, and then they barely pulled it out. It's gonna be that type of game. Even though they think that's gonna be a massacre, it won't be. So, but I mean, again, give me Bills. I don't see Bills losing until they play Philly, which I'm excited for.
That's late. Yeah.
I mean, I think the Bills probably doing this, and the Pats are just still a young team. They're not as good as what the Bills have, right?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. We have the Chiefs against the Jags. Chiefs are favored by 3.5 points only. It's going to be in Jacksonville. Yeah, give me the Chiefs. I think they found their groove. They're back.
I just don't think Jags are that good, and so I think Chiefs will win.
3-1. They don't look like a 3-1 team to me.
No,
they don't.
They don't. That's the thing, So, but I mean, even though they're playing in, like the coach says, Duval, like
Duval.
give me Chiefs, man.
I don't know. I mean, look, the Chiefs went what 0-2 to start the season, right?
Mhm.
And then they beat a Giants team with Russell Wilson.
Barely.
Hardly won that game, and then last week they won against like a depleted Ravens team, right?
Yeah.
But they massacred him before he went out, though. That was still a big deal.
Okay, yeah, man. You beat a dead horse, right? What's going on here, right? I think this will be a closer game. I think that the Jaguars can pull it off. They have had some, impressive, showings as of late. Mac Jones didn't play too poorly against them last week. They still, they're able to beat the Niners. They can do it, right?
So you're picking
They can definitely do it.
So you're picking the Jags? Am I hearing this? Travis Hunter, Duval. Come on, is that what you're saying?
That's it, man. Duval. Let's go.
All right, he's picking Duval. All right,
All right.
let's move
All right,
on.
cool. We got the predictions in. Let's go through quickly.
Yeah.
Through the MLB playoffs.
Yeah.
We are just kicking off with that.
Yup.
Dodgers are playing the Reds. They won 10-5 this morning. Dodgers are leading 1. What are your thoughts with that, Kniell? The
Dodgers are gonna win this series easily. Probably by tomorrow they'll wrap this up, and then they'll face the Philly, which my boy right here been dying to talk about. I do feel that the Dodgers and the Philly will be a great series, potentially to go to 6 or 7. I do feel that the edge. I think the Dodgers have all the edge if they do face Philly, except for the bullpen. I think they have the best starting pitching, the best hitting. Even though my man won't agree with me about that because he has a home run king on his side, that's fine. But I do feel that if Phillies do win, is if they get to our bullpen, which they will, and we'll give up the lead. That's the only I see Dodgers losing to the Phillies. I feel bad for my buddy right here. He's gonna experience a heartbreak. So let's go, man.
Back-to-back years, huh?
as a Phillies fan, have felt a lot of heartbreak, the last 3, 4 years, obviously. They've been one of the more consistent teams in baseball, obviously, World Series, the CS, and then the DS on the NL side. Look, if this series was happening, obviously, with Zach Wheeler healthy, it would have been
Oh yeah,
a lot different.
yeah.
Talking about this right now, then it'd be like, oh man, what are you even thinking, right? The starting pitching is the best in baseball. Right now, the Dodgers probably the best starting pitch in baseball. It would be nice if the Reds can win one game, right? You're talking about this series, man. It would be great just to have, maybe Shohei Cohen play, pitch out game 3. It would definitely delay, some, people in their lineup, they're starting pitching, playing against the Phillies, pitching against them. So that's what I hope for. What I think that coming into the Reds still can pull off a win, right? They're a strong team. Okay, not super strong. Crazier things have happened in Major League Baseball in the last 4 or 5 years.
Mhm.
Then against the Phillies, look, I mean, you have Sanchez, who's looking like a Cy Young, candidate out there. He's not. He's right up there with everybody else. Suarez is healthy. He had a little thigh contusion that Kniell told me he was out for the season or something last week. I'm like, dude, I think he just got hit in the leg. I think he's fine. You have Luzardo, who's pitching well. You have Aaron Nola, who's your fourth string, pitcher right now. He's not bad. You have Walker Bueller, who's been playing well, just like Clayton Kershaw's been playing well. These old guys can really still throw a ball. Maybe one of them decides, the series, right? At the end of the day, coming in out of the bullpen, it's great. We actually have a real closer, unlike your team,
We don't
Johan Duran's fire spider monkey
we don't
guy.
have anything.
Watching that, by the way, I mean, you guys have some fun watching on TV. I know it's been tough for you guys. The regular season against the Phillies, 4-2. Only won one game each time the team met. It's gonna be tough. And batting wise, I mean, you have Trey Turner, batting champ.
Here we go.
You have the guy who you have Kyle Schwarber, who both leads the NL in home runs and the whole entire league in RBIs. Come on, this is gonna be some fun
All
baseball,
right, look,
right? If the Dodgers can make it, so they
yeah.
still haven't made it yet.
All
So
right.
let's see.
So my wife told me to take easy on my brother-in-law. She's like, "Don't be harsh.
Oh yeah,
Don't be harsh." I'm like, I will. Look, man.
it's
Do
fun,
you have
man.
a rebuttal? Can you?
I do, man.
I mean, he
Look,
talked a lot of crap. So
look,
what?
look. All I'm gonna say is this, right? You name me your starting pitching. That's fine. When we throw, the guy who just pitched an excellent game today, almost 7 2/3, and then we throw Yamamoto. Then we're gonna throw Shohei. Then we haven't even talked about freaking Gauslon. What is his name? It's Trevor. He's good too. And then out of the bullpen, we're gonna have Clayton Kershaw coming out. We're gonna have Saki coming out of the bullpen. Dude, there's no way. Are you kidding me? Look, it's so funny. Our bullpen sucks, but our starting pitching is so great, and we have so much of it that they're going to be contributing as a bullpen people. So half of the people are not even going to pitch. There's only going to be 3 or 4 players they're going to be starting pitching. Now I named you that, and the rest of them is going to come out of the bullpen. So I already know what's going to happen. Basically, Shohei is going to get paired up with what's his name, Sheehan, and then you're going to have Galslan with freaking Snell. It's gonna be a combination of both. So there's gonna be no bullpen. So I mean, I do feel confident that we are playing Philly more earlier than late, and it's gonna be a 5-game series. The best thing about this second round is gonna be a 5-game series. So it's gonna be a quick series. It's not a 7-game series. I would have felt the advantage would have went to Philly if this was a 7-game series, because you can tire out the starting pitching rotation, and also when you tire the pitching rotation out, you need bullpen to come in, right? And Philly does have a really good bullpen. At the deadline, they made crazy acquisitions, so I do give Philly that their bullpen is really good. Since this is a 5-game series, dude, I feel so much confident that it's gonna be it might go to Game 5 if Philly is lucky, but I do see this Dodgers winning in 4 and calling it done. And so, but I do feel that, look, man, playoff is a different animal. Last year, we had no starting pitching, and we had a good bullpen. Actually, a really good bullpen, and we won the whole thing. This year's complete opposite, where we have a crazy good starting pitching. Like, we can throw anybody at anyone. Our bullpen is being a disaster this whole year. So, it's just opposite, and our hitting's been consistent. Shohei is Shohei. He hit a home run today. Teoscar, 2 home runs today. You know, our MVP from National League, you know, what is it? Tommy Edman hit a home run today. So, I mean, you know, we have people back and ready to go. So, I can't wait. Trey Turner played with the Dodgers. Dodgers know who Trey Turner is. I mean, you know, he left because he wants to go to East Coast. So, it's going to be a lot
You
of...
said multiple hits, last month, right?
And honestly, I'm happy Phillies got our sloppy seconds. Walker Buehler, he's done. He's washed up. You know, he couldn't do anything in Boston. They waived his ass. We didn't even want him. Philly lost their pitcher, Wheeler, so they wanted Dodgers Buehler. Hey, you know what? They'll see how bad Walker Buehler is when they face him, when he comes out. So let's see. But yeah, I do feel that Dodgers will take this easily in a 5-game series. If the 7-game series, different. But 5-game will be fine. Go ahead, Tapper.
Neil, does it concern you, Neil, that question for you, Neil? Does it concern you that the Phillies have this bye week technically, and they are also going into the playoff 5-5? They were in only a 1-game winning streak. Does that concern you at all? Like that having
I
a
think
big
they'll
break?
already basically end up clinching,
Right. They clinched like the first like a month ago,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
they were kind of already, playing like, Trey Turner kind of like rested the rest of the season after getting hit, I think, in the arm or something. And some other things, that kind of just happen. They kind of shuffle around a lot of pieces. Out of that, I think that you see Edmundo Sosa playing pretty well. You see Bader playing pretty well. It allows you to kind of toss out a lot of different players out there. Otto Kemp playing well. A lot of guys. The Phillies are pretty deep with players that they can play in. The outfield. Castellanos have kind of sucks, but he's also the team. Like, he's a team guy. He fires up the team. He's gonna be a lot of fun. Plays pretty well. I think that what happened at the end of the season. You kind of, when you're playing for nothing. The Dodgers couldn't get even close to getting through 3 games back, right, for the second seed, and that's why you guys had to go play. So they kept everything up well. Losing 2 games against the Twins. I mean, come on, it's the Twins. Like, they didn't really lose those games because they wanted to play well, right?
But last year when you guys lost against the Mets, right, the first round,
Yeah, but it's the Mets,
and
right?
the Mets
I
were
would,
a
be
hot
scared of the
team,
Mets right here,
right?
man.
And
The
the Mets
Mets-
were a hot team going into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Same with Dodgers. They were on a 5-game win streak. They were 8-2 in the last 10, and now they might potentially sweep the Reds. They're also a hot team, and they're former champions. Does that not concern you that you have the chance coming in, and you've also rested everybody, and everyone's gonna be like, oh, we're just getting our bearings because we clinched a month ago. I guess sometimes having too much rest can work against you, right?
Yeah, but I think that they played some very interesting series at the end there, right? They played, the Dodgers just pretty recently. Played the Mariners recently. They played the Brewers recently. They've kind of gone up against a lot of, very good teams the last month. A lot of teams that are in the playoffs right now. And they also had a series against the Mets. Just recently, which they swept them. These are all teams that are, over 85 wins. I don't think that they've gotten to the season. At the end of the season, yeah, you're playing against Twins and some other teams
Right.
that, wasn't a big deal. But they came in hot in September, right? They got that second seed. They made a real good push to get the first seed too.
All right.
We'll
Well,
see what
this
happens.
should be fun. Nonetheless, I can't wait
Wait,
for this because this was probably going to be the championship. I mean, the
It's
World
going
Series
to
game.
be. Neil, let's make a friendly.
I don't know, man.
Let's make a friendly wager, man. So I'm probably going to New York, right? I'm going to New York probably in the winter or fall to go visit
Yeah.
my beautiful brother-in-law right here, in Philly. So we're probably gonna go to a game, Sixers game, So how about this, Neil? Let's put a wager. If
Yeah, let's
Dodgers win, you'll have to wear a Dodgers jersey at the game because you hate the Dodgers. If Phillies win, I'll wear your Philadelphia Philly that you're wearing right there at that game, at the basketball game.
All right, man. Let's do it. You know, I already converted my other brother-in-law, so I can get you
Oh
now,
my god,
right?
that's not happening.
That should be fun. Can't wait for that. All right, and then the next game for tonight was Red Sox against the Yankees. Red Sox winning it 3-1. Surprising.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Does this go to 3 games?
It's gonna go to 3 games, man. But I do think Red Sox have a little edge because Red Sox just took out the Red Sox just beat the best pitcher that Yankees have right now, Max Fried.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees rotation is not that great. Especially they lost Garrett Coles right at the beginning of the year, and he's out for the year. He's not coming back. Their best player was Max Fried, and they beat him today. And Red Sox pitcher played well today, and it was amazing. He went 8 innings strong and just kind of shut them down. So I do feel that Red Sox have a better pitching rotation, and that's gonna outweigh the Yankees. And so I do feel that Yankees might get the next game, but I do think it's gonna go to 3, and the Red Sox will win the series.
Yeah, I mean, if that happens, I think the Yankees then go around next year and start cleaning house, right?
Yeah,
Because that'd be a huge upset. They should be doing a lot better than they are right
course.
now. I mean, how many excuses you can give all these big guys, the huge payroll that they have. Obviously, on the other side of New York, you have the same woes, like, oh, we spent all this money. What's happening here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It shows that, not having a salary cap in baseball doesn't really affect much if the Yankees can't get through this.
Exactly. I agree.
That'd be interesting to see. I mean, yeah, I do agree that the Yankees will definitely have a lot of questions because they'll probably be wasting Aaron Judge's best years on getting knocked out first, second round.
But again, when you lose your best starting pitcher, man, you're gonna have no hope.
Yeah.
I mean, just like Philly, they lost Wheeler, but Wheeler was a stud. And when you lose a best pitcher like that, it's kind of hard to, win this.
I love it. Kniell, if Philly wins, you have to buy a Wheeler jersey.
You know what, man? I'm so confident that I will buy Wheeler.
Just because you're talking much crap about him, you gotta wear his jersey.
I'll buy. You know what? I'll buy it. Just to make Kniell happy. I'll do that.
And then what jersey will Neil have to buy? Which Ohtani's?
Oh yeah,
that is most hated player.
He has to wear the Ohtani. Or he can wear mine. I just need him to wear a Dodger jersey and just kind of feel like. Look, I want him to feel like a champ. He hasn't felt that in a while. So feel like a champ.
All right. Anything else you guys want to get into? I know if you want to do it really quickly, the NBA and the Clippers thing. Do you want to get into that, or do you guys want
to?
Yeah. We should talk about that really quick. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is my take on Clippers. I'll make it very sure and very thing. I want to see what Adam Silver does. Look, evidence is out there. What Pablo Torres found is valid evidence. It's literally there. And these are legal documents that he, once the company filed bankrupt, went bankrupt, this paperwork was available. And so these are honest and legal document, and that he actually investigated and that he found. So I want to see what Adam Silver does, because what happened, 40 years ago or 30 years ago with Joe Smith with Minnesota, David Stern actually went hard at them. They took the player away, and they also fined them, and they also took 3 first-round picks or 4 first-round picks away. And honestly, what they did doesn't even compare to what Clippers did right now. Because the thing is this, Joe Smith was good. He was a number 1 overall pick, but he didn't really live up to that hype. He was good. He was a good, really good, second best player or role player. So, but what Minnesota did in hindsight was that, they said that signed a smaller deal back-to-back years to get your bird right. In order to get a bird right for a player, you have to sign that player he has to play for you for 2 years to get his bird right, so you can pay him over the limit. Then that's how a team can go over the cap and pay him more money. So they kind of had a mini handshake that, hey, sign this small deal and then we'll pay you a big money on your 3rd year. And someone found out about it, and then it was true. Same thing with this. What Kawhi Leonard did and Clippers with Steve Ballmer did is create this. I mean, obviously Steve Ballmer was the biggest endorser for this company, basically, and that company is the one who was paying Kawhi Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard is a bigger star, bigger name. And back in 2019, he was a top 5 player. He was coming off a championship. And honestly, he could have went to any team and he would have made that team immediate championship contender, right? He could have went to the Lakers. He could have went to anybody, right, at that time. So what Steve Ballmer did, I do feel if this is true, if NBA is really investigating and what Pablo Torres found out is true, this tree planting company, it's true. I want to see what Adam Silver does, because if I was Adam Silver, right, what he did coming into as a commissioner to the old Clipper owner basically made him sell the team. And to be honest with you, yes, he made a comment about African American, a racial comment, right? But that was in a private settings that was recorded, right? And so they just basically outed him. The whole entire ownership just outed him. He didn't come out in public and say anything. He just said it in private conversation that was recorded that he didn't know about. I felt what he did was pretty bad, and what Steve Ballmer did is almost very similar, because if this is true, you're basically, all the trust you have with all the other teams is going to go away. The NBA is like people watching NBA is going to be going away, because the thing is this, anybody can do this. All the owners are billionaires. They can pay players on the side. If I'm the Adam Silver, this is what I would do. I would take Kawhi away. Whatever money he's owed is going to be on their cap. I would take Clippers 5 future first round picks away. And on top of that, I will basically, find them at least it has to be at least 50 million to the ownership. I mean, that's what I would do. And that's my take, because if this is true, this should be a heavy fine. And so nobody else will ever even do this. What's your guys' take?
Go ahead, Neil.
That's a huge. I mean, first off, I don't think Clippers own 4 of their next 8 years of picks being rich or something crazy like that. Yeah, they're all okay, and they're not gonna find their darling child. Okay, take what, I don't know how you can do that. They don't even have any picks.
No, they do.
Are you gonna go and are you gonna send this team into
No. See, NBA
it's misery for 10 years and take 10 years of picks?
NBA has a rule. Hold on. NBA has a rule, right? You cannot trade back-to-back picks. You can only trade picks or every other year. Yeah, the Clippers.
I think they have
Clippers,
1 pick.
No, Clippers technically have their pick every other year, right? The other every other year has gone to OKC, so they do have their pick. So what I'm trying to say is that, for example, Clippers didn't have this year's pick; they'll have next year's pick. The following year, OKC will have their pick. The following year, Clippers will have their own pick. So whatever pick Clippers have, they need to take that away, basically.
So the next 10 years, they'll have no picks.
Dude, think about this. Any owner could have done this, dude. Just to sign a player under the table. I mean, obviously Lakers could have went and signed Giannis. Hey, Giannis, just come for 10 million and we'll make up this company X, Y, and Z. We'll pay you another 200 million. Anybody can do this, man. This is pretty bad.
So right now the Clippers have their 2027 pick. OKC has a right to swap that, so they don't really have it as a swap. And then in 2029, Philly has the right to swap. So they actually don't have any picks until 2030 to begin with.
But
that's
swap
5
still
years.
means you have picks, though. That's what I'm trying to say. Swap still means you have a
So they'll go and take away that swapped pick, right?
They'll take that
Which
away.
is too
Yeah. They'll take those swaps away.
Okay, so picking 27 is going to be a late pick, right? But anyway, I think obviously it's up to ownership, right? First, it could be a thing that this is happening a lot more in this league than, teams will want to admit to. And there might be a lot of teams out there that are okay, let's not delve into this too much of us paying sponsors and sponsors playing the players 1-to-1 basically, or maybe in some places not 1-to-1, maybe it's pretty close. I mean, I know the Sixers, have had a part owner, Michael Rubin, who is very well connected, can easily give players their own baseball card that comes out on whatever platform he has. All this other access to fanatics and everything that he controls basically all the merchandise for every sport around the world.
Right.
He's the guy.
Right.
He was forced to sell out because of possible conflicts of interest. What happened over there at the Clippers? I mean, think about the investment. If he did give $15 more million to Kawhi Leonard, this seems like a horrible investment because Kawhi has not been healthy. What do they really get out of it? Kawhi obviously made, a lot of ass or whatever his uncle did or whatever goes on with that. To Toronto, he wanted part ownership into the baseball team. He could be,
Yeah.
it, it's crazy. I think that, a lot of stars in the league obviously ask for a lot. And if you can't command your own brand power like LeBron does, and you're kind of this quiet guy who hardly even laughs,
Mm-hmm.
very robotic. You want to go your money different ways. Who's gonna let you sponsor their brand when you're just
Right.
his weird laugh, right? It's gonna be very interesting. Let's see how it plays out. If it plays out and is all swept under the rug, you can almost guarantee that a lot of teams are doing the same thing. Otherwise, the other ownership groups would be like going crazy right now, right?
Well, I mean, I know.
There's some more.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know the Lakers ownership asked this to be investigated, like how because when Kawhi signed with the Clippers, everyone was like, "How did that happen? They have no space. Like, it's just not possible for him to sign this kind of deal." And then the Clippers and the Lakers actually asked that to be investigated, and they investigated. And of course, it's their own investigation. We found nothing, obviously. And so I think some owners may be in an uproar, but uh, Adam Silver is way too soft of a commissioner. He's not Roger Goodell, right? He's not even close to David Stern. He's trying his best for this story to die down as much as he can. And also, Steve Ballmer is the richest owner in sports. You cannot piss that guy off. He just built a whole stadium by his own money. He will do whatever you can to protect that guy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
something will happen. There will be some kind of punishment, but it's going to happen much later, maybe a year from now, when everything's died down, the headlines have changed, and now like, oh, by the way, yeah, we're going to take away maybe one pick, whatever. You're right, Kniell. Something should happen. Something bad, severe should happen. But this is Adam Silver. He is way too soft.
Do you think the headlines will change though, man? Because everyone's still talking about this, man. Like it's still going to be there, man. And guess what, guys? The All-Star games into it, don't. Just letting you know this year. So it's not going to come out till end of the year, obviously,
Right.
Because they don't want to ruin that, So
yeah, so it will happen. Something will happen, but again, it will be swept under the rug, and he's just hoping this all dies down. That's what they're really
the salary cap, man. I mean, yeah, obviously you didn't do any fraud, like crazy rule breaking. I mean, it's like a league that has rules but you manipulate everyone can do this, man. They're all billionaires, I mean, Kawhi uncle asked the same thing what you said, Kniell, to the Lakers. They wanted a part ownership of the Lakers. They wanted a private jet. And they wanted, and Lakers are like, dude, this is out of the spectrum. We cannot do all that, because this is out of the salary cap thing. Yeah. And so, but if this is true, oh man, they should do something, man. I mean, Adam Silver should come hard, man, because if he doesn't,
he's not, dude.
I'm telling you.
As much as if it was David Stern, he would have freaking made Steve Ballmer sell the team too. But like, it's not gonna happen. He's just hoping this dies down. Because you also saw how he switched up the story. First, he said he never heard about aspiration, right? Then, when they found out that the NBA actually signed off on that donation, and everything, they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that." And so, like, he changed it up. So obviously, he's also implicated in this too.
Yeah.
So
he's so funny. He said that, right? He's like, "I never heard of this company," and then a week later, they press that question again. They're like, "Oh, so you said that you don't have no knowledge of this this company, or you haven't heard of it?" He's like, "No. We know who this company is." Like, come on, you're really gonna go backwards, man?
Yeah.
I mean,
so he's involved in it too, some ways. Again, they're just hoping that the headlines die down. It's kind of like the list that everyone's hoping for the government to release. It's not going to happen.
Well,
so we'll see. I mean, I as much as I hate the Clippers and I want this story, it is. I think it is true. I think they asked Kawhi about it, and Kawhi denied it, obviously. But it's nothing's gonna happen, dude. This is just the way it is. Steve Ballmer is too big of an owner. It's like NFL going after freaking what's his name, Jerry Jones. Not gonna happen.
But like, I love what Ramona Shelburne asked that question to Steve Ballmer, saying that that one question she asked, saying that, so you were the leading investor in this company. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, and she's like, so you did not know this company was falling, like failing? He's like, well, I didn't look at the documents. My team did. And he's like, I should have looked at it too. It's like, okay, if you're still Steve Ballmer, a billionaire, isn't your team like good? Like they're all
Right.
CPAs.
Especially if you can put $50 million into something.
And this product that you're trying to invest in is failing, and you're really gonna invest that much more. And then on top of that, the co-owner also made money to that payment. I'm like, come on, man. This is like they're all screwed up in this shit, man. This is so funny, man. I don't know.
The funniest part, I think the funniest part in this one is also like Kawhi gets the deal, the no-show deal, right? That's what he got, and it was a $24 million something deal. And Steve Ballmer didn't invest the money until a week after he signed it. So it definitely seems like he only invested it because he was supposed to pay that. Like, they're going to take the money that Steve Ballmer gives and give it to Kawhi. Whereas Steve Ballmer is saying, I got scammed. I didn't know about this. I invested him early. Like, no, you didn't invest him early. You actually invested after that KL whatever company, the most obvious name that KL2, Kawhi Leonard 2. I mean, come on, dude. Can't you get a bit better LLC than that? But after they invested, then you invest. That's showing tracks that you knew what you were doing. You were not investing into something you believe in. But again, we'll see what happens. I think nothing will happen. It'll just be swept under the rug, whatever. If it was any other owner, if it was a small market team like the freaking, I don't know, Milwaukee Bucks, something would have happened to that. But not with this owner, dude. He's untouchable.
I would love if Adam Silver comes out and he's like, Ballmer needs to sell the team and Bezos can have it.
It's not gonna
$1 billion to another billion.
All right. Anything else you want to go over? All right. Well, with that, Kniell, thank you again, brother, for coming on.
It's almost 1 o'clock over there. I appreciate you, man, Kniell.
I know, dude. I know. We kept you long enough, but thank you guys again. And Brown Balls, we're out.
See ya.